Jennifer Wiese, founder and CEO of BeeFree gluten-free bakery. So it started in my kitchen at home, and actually back up a little bit prior to that. It started when our oldest son was diagnosed with autism, and we were looking for things that we could do to help enhance his life. Fortunately, he's on the higher functioning part of autism, but we were just looking at what was out there that could be a positive effect on him. And we landed on food. And we landed on food because some of the other things that were out there 15 years ago seemed really outlandish to us. You know, they were a whole supplement of pills to take, 15 to 30 a day. They were hyperbaric chambers, just ketolation, pulling metals out of your body, things that just seemed to be a little extreme to us. But when we came across food, and specifically a gluten-free and dairy-free diet that was preservative-free and just was a whole, clean food diet, that made sense to us. And so that's where we started. It became more than something that was just within our family confines when people started noticing. They started noticing that my son and our family would bring food everywhere we went. So if we were going to a birthday party, I would bring a cake, I would bring snacks so that my son could have a birthday cake too. When he was in football and they had the end of the year football party, usually it was at a pizza restaurant, I would go ahead of time and deliver my pizza that was in their pizza box, but it was gluten-free, so that he could join in the party as well. So people were taking notice of those kind of things, and gluten-free was gaining traction. It was getting popular. It was being more talked about in the marketplace and on the media and in magazines and that kind of thing, and it was becoming fashionable. And so at that point, that was about 2008, I really felt like I had something. I had a gift almost. It sounds kind of corny, but I felt like I had this gift, like I had this little secret. I figured out gluten-free. I could make really good, delicious tasting gluten-free food. And a lot of other people couldn't do that. And I know how hard it was because I did it, and there weren't a whole lot of people that were there in my corner cheering me on. It was kind of a lonely, journey, but I was committed to it because I saw the results of good, clean eating without gluten. And so at that point, some friends encouraged me to do a farmer's market. Why don't you just go do the farmer's market one Saturday a week and just see? Let other people tell you what they think. And so I did that. So my mom and I started doing the Indianapolis Winters Farmer's Market. It was every Saturday from November to I think the end of February. And so during that time, people rallied around us. I mean, we had a crowd every week we went. We had people waiting there for us. And so it was really heartwarming, and it was very inspiring, and it was motivating to me, and it was the answer that I needed. I didn't go into this with the thought of becoming a business owner, an entrepreneur, owner of a food company, but it kind of just happened. It happened by the need and kind of partially my personality. I have a giving personality. I'm a helper. I want to solve problems. I want to fix things. And so that's part of my nature. And so I kind of felt like I had a duty. I had figured something out, and I had a duty to share it with other people. So that's where it started. Certainly. Yeah, I do. I think part of that comes from, I have a long legacy of caring, nurturing women in my family. My mother, my grandmother, on both sides, very caring, very nurturing, very loving, very giving, very patient and kind. And certainly, I've gathered some of those nice qualities from them as well. So they were really great examples to learn by. that's really always been the drive for me. It's never really been about the money. However, this is my livelihood, and this is the livelihood for our family. But it never started out as that. And it's being able to give back is big, is really, really big for me. And it's really heartwarming to hear some of the students come up to me at the end of the presentation and, thank me for sharing some of my stories and, some of the things that I've learned. It's really important, and it's part of who I am. The sky's the limit. I mean, really. With our, where people buy food these days, they buy it online. They buy it in the grocery stores, they order it and have it automatically fulfilled. There are so many places that BeeFree is not available. For as many as we are, there's still a lot of opportunity for us to gain new marketplaces. So that's one, and then there's all other kinds of products that we have kind of in the making, or at least in my head, of things that we want to do next to bring to the marketplace. We've dabbled in some other products over the years. Cookies, pizza dough are two of the other products that we've had kind of on the sidelines. But the Warrior Mix, why that we decided to really hone in on that is because it's a packaged product that has a 12-month shelf life, and it's shelf stable. So it does not need to be refrigerated. And so from a warehousing standpoint and a distribution standpoint, that's a relatively easy product to get to the marketplace. Find your passion and to not stop looking. So for some students it's easy, they know already what their passion is. Some of them don't. And if they don't, then I would just suggest keep trying, keep looking for different avenues. And I think the biggest bit of advice that I could give is to start. Just start. If you can find an idea, something that's in the marketplace that isn't just quite right, or maybe it's completely missing. Maybe there's a product out there that you wish somebody made and that you're really passionate about it. Well, maybe that's your avenue. And then the rest of it you can figure out along the way. But I think those two things are critical, is finding a product or a service or something that you can bring to the marketplace and pairing it with a passion. And the rest of it, if you're serious about it, the rest of it you can figure out.